Alrighty, back from camp. Hot, tired, but my daughter had a great time and we got home safe, so praise the Lord. Okay, verse 1. Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel and say to them, When you enter the land where you are to live, which I am giving you, then make an offering by fire to the Lord, a burnt offering or a sacrifice to fulfill a special vow, or as a freewill offering or in your appointed times, to make a soothing aroma to the Lord, from the herd or from the flock. The one who presents his offering shall present to the Lord a grain offering of 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with 1/4 of a hin of oil. And you shall prepare wine for the drink offering, 1/4 of a hin, with the burnt offering or for the sacrifice for each lamb. Verse 6. Or for a ram you shall prepare as a grain offering 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with 1/3 of a hin of oil. And for the drink offering you shall offer 1/3 of a hin of wine as a soothing aroma to the Lord. When you prepare a bull as a burnt offering or a sacrifice to fulfill a special vow, or for peace offerings to the Lord, then you shall offer with the bull a grain offering of 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with 1/2 a hin of oil. And you shall offer as the drink offering 1/2 a hin of wine as an offering by fire, as a soothing aroma to the Lord. Thus it shall be done for each ox, or for each ram, or for each of the male lambs, or of the goats. According to the number that you prepare, so you shall do for everyone according to their number. All who are native shall do these things in this manner, in presenting an offering by fire, as a soothing aroma to the Lord. If an alien sojourns with you, or one who may be among you throughout your generations, and he wishes to make an offering by fire as a soothing aroma to the Lord, just as you do, so he shall do. Again, God was always welcoming to outsiders as long as they followed his rules. Verse 15. As for the assembly, there shall be one statute for you and for the alien who sojourns with you, a perpetual statute throughout your generations. As you are, so shall the alien be before the Lord. There is to be one law and one ordinance for you and for the alien who sojourns with you. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel and say to them, When you enter the land where I bring you, then it shall be that when you eat of the food of the land, you shall lift up an offering to the Lord. Verse 20. Of the first of your dough you shall lift up a cake as an offering. Now that's what I would ask. As the offering of the threshing floor, so you shall lift it up. From the first of your dough you shall give to the Lord an offering throughout your generations. But when you unwittingly fail and do not observe all these commandments, which the Lord has spoken to Moses, even all that the Lord has commanded you through Moses, from the day when the Lord gave commandment and onward throughout your generations, then it shall be, if it is done unintentionally, without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one bull for a burnt offering as a soothing aroma to the Lord, with its grain offering and its drink offering, according to the ordinance, and one male goat for a sin offering. Then the priest shall make atonement for all the congregation of the sons of Israel, and they will be forgiven. For it was an error, and they have brought their offering, an offering by fire to the Lord, and their sin offering before the Lord for their error. So here we see some, the gracious side of God. Verse 26. So all the congregation of the sons of Israel will be forgiven, with the alien who sojourns among them, for it happened to all the people through error. Verse 27. Also, if one person sins unintentionally, then he shall offer a 1-year-old female goat for a sin offering. The priest shall make atonement before the Lord for the person who goes astray when he sins unintentionally, making atonement for him that he may be forgiven. You shall have one law for him who does anything unintentionally, for him who is native among the sons of Israel, and for the alien who sojourns among them. But the person who does anything defiantly, whether he is native or an alien, that one is blaspheming the Lord, and that person shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 31. Because he has despised the word of the Lord and has broken his commandment, that person shall be completely cut off. His guilt will be on him. Now while the sons of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering wood on a Sabbath day. Those who found him gathering wood brought him to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation, and they put him in custody because it had not been declared what should be done to him. Then the Lord said to Moses, "The man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones outside the camp." Verse 36. So all the congregation brought him outside the camp and stoned him to death with stones, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. This was a blatantly defiant sin. When it was determined that there was a premeditated violation of the Sabbath law, death was required. Again, this was pre-Jesus, at a time when God was establishing his rules and laws, and they were required to be obeyed. Verse 37. The Lord also spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the sons of Israel, and tell them that they shall make for themselves tassels on the corners of their garments throughout their generations, and that they shall put on the tassel of each corner a cord of blue. It shall be a tassel for you to look at and remember all the commandments of the Lord, so as to do them, and not to follow after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you've played the harlot, so that you may remember to do all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am the Lord your God who brought you out from the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God." Okay, and real quickly before we close out, again, I've stated this before in one of my videos, but it is a topic I hear a lot, and I know it's on a lot of people's minds. So again, people will ask, well, why does God seem so harsh and mean, and people will even call him evil? So let's go over a couple things. Again, God is holy and hates sin. Man is not good. Man is full of thoughts and desires that are despised by God on a daily basis. God is the giver of life and the taker of life. In fact, God allowed thousands of people to gain and lose life just today. God doesn't owe us anything. Instead of thinking about why bad things happen to good people, when by God's definition there are no good people, instead think about why good things happen to bad people. Think about the air you can breathe, the good relationships in your life, the ability at times to be pain-free, your ability to enjoy recreation. All these things are gifts from God, and people don't seem to ever focus on that. God has his times and seasons for when he shares his authority to take and give life. The people in this time frame that we're reading about right now were in a unique situation, having direct interaction with God, and yet still choosing to be disobedient. God chose to use these people to represent him on earth before the coming of Christ, and as sin was a very serious issue to Jesus, so it is for the nation of Israel as well. So just some things to ponder as we keep going forward, that he's establishing his righteousness within a nation of a bunch of sinners, and he had to set some rules. And sometimes harsh punishment is necessary to get a point across. So something to think about. Thanks for being here, and looking forward to tomorrow. God bless you.